Alrighty, hello everybody and welcome back to the SFA Season 13 Rose Bowl semifinal coming at you here. I gotta be a little bit quieter this time. I just got a noise complaint. They threatened to call the police, so we're not gonna do that today. But we're coming from an insane Orange Bowl matchup that got me out of my chair as Georgia Southern takes down the mighty Alabama Crimson Tide. Unbelievable game there. And so the winner of this Rose Bowl will be going to face the Georgia Southern Eagles in Atlanta. But we've got a great matchup in its own right here today. And if this is your first time watching the SFA, first of all, welcome. Let me know if you guys can hear me. This is the SFA. It's an online dynasty ran through Discord, Twitch, and YouTube. You can join in. You can claim a team. You can set depth charts, playbooks, set your depth schemes. You can hire coordinators. You can recruit. You can participate in our server games as well to compete for rewards and recruiting bonuses. It's a hell of a time. So if you want to join, links are in any of our descriptions, or they're in the Twitch chat as well with a command. And if you are watching live, you might run into an ad or two. Feel free to drop a Twitch Prime sub, as you do help support the channel. Any and all revenue made through this channel is set aside so you guys can get a national championship care package if you win it. Jay Jetta is here for Oklahoma, is our last remaining user coach this year, so we'll see if he can bring it home. I'll send him some merch, stickers, and an actual trophy and stuff. It's really quite cool. And yeah, so here we go, folks. And first, obviously, before we jump into things, check out our friends over at Home Field. Use code SFA. You can get 15% off. You can use it once per email. They have the best merch out there for college sports, vintage designs, all officially licensed, all super comfortable. And they don't focus on just football. They have 180 plus collections to choose from. Super cool design. Check them out. Use code SFA, but we're looking at the Final Four here, and Georgia Southern just won an instant classic. 4 seconds left. They got a touchdown against Alabama, and they will be going on to Atlanta. So who's going to join them? We got Oklahoma from the SEC, and we got Minnesota from the Big Ten. Both conference champions, both had first-round byes, and both dominated their first-round matchups. And if you guys do not know, the Rose Bowl the last 2 years has been the best game of the year. 2 years ago, it was Clemson coming back with the scoop and score from the 1 yard line, and then an interception, then a touchdown to beat Ohio State. Last year, it was the iconic game between East Carolina and Buffalo, and the blown 21-3 lead and the piss 6. And now this year, the setup is here for Jay Jetta's facing his former team, Minnesota. And everything is on the line here in the Rose Bowl. It's going to be one heck of a time. The Orange Bowl, I guess, got tired of being upstaged. So this year they decided to come out with a banger. So here we go, folks. And remember, if you won a bowl game or you made the CFP, pick one of these, send them to me. It's your off-season strategy. It's a free bonus that you get. If I don't get it by tomorrow at the national championship, you do not get your bonus. So please don't be dumb and submit those to me. And also, Patreon users, make sure to submit your recruits. I saw Coach Cruz send me one, so thank you. All right. But we're going to go through the number 3 team. They're designated as the away team, Jay Jetta's, and his Oklahoma team, trying to return them to a national championship that he won with them in Season 4. And they're led by Terrell Remmers. He had a great first game. Gus McFeeder's in the backfield, the SFA player. They also have Charlie Gilliam, who gets a lot of opportunity there in the backfield. Cheddar Biscuits, the SFA player at fullback. And wide receiver, Blake Stratton had a couple big plays in that game against Tennessee. You got Lawrence Harris, who's made plays all of his career. Troy Smith, Jamal Bailey, very deep team. You have Todd Honey, the SFA player. He made that beautiful one-handed catch in the quarterfinal. And the offensive line might be the weakest part of this offense, as you've got all low to mid 80 overalls. They are dealing with some injury issues. And then on the defensive end, you got Charles Hill. On the right end, Jason Brown. And in the middle, Charlie Harvey and Ross Smith. Linebacker, you got Matt Lewis. The transfer from Florida, Lewayne Streveler, he had the game-clinching interception In the last game, he's made some big plays all year, so we'll see what he can do. JoJo Gates, the former transfer from LSU a couple of years ago. Jamal McKinley, Steve Hines, and Shaquille Wild Goose. He will be in the slot on both sides of the ball. He's the slot receiver, the slot corner. So we'll see him on every snap today, as he is also their kick returner. Jay Phoenix, the SFA player here at free safety. And Andrew Sendejo, the transfer from Miami, 91 overall here as well. And the kicker is Sam Marshall, senior guy, 21 of 26 this year. Very, very good ratings. Expect him to be critical if they get stopped a bunch. And they're taking on, quietly, one of the best teams in the country, Minnesota. Their only loss was to Arizona State early on in the year. And they're led by SFA player Slade Roden, Jay Jetta's former quarterback. Everybody thought he was a bust, but then he just started popping off as soon as Jay Jetta's left. The running back, Rashawn Bailey, and I believe the X factor for this team. One of the best running backs in the country. Probably the best running back remaining in the field. Tommy Mobley is a great change of pace back as well, 96 speed. Wide receivers, Jude Abraham, SFA player, Devin Hester, SFA player, and Steven Jackson, he Moss Kane Chambers against TCU. So we'll see what he can do today in the encore. Tight end is Jeffrey Henderson. He gets involved quite a bit. And the offensive line is actually very similar and actually maybe a little bit worse than Oklahoma's. On the defensive end, you got SFA player Marvin Irby, 84 overall, and Jerome Jones on the other side. In the middle, Delvin Blizzard, the SFA player. Ryan Lowe in the middle as well. At linebacker, this is probably the best linebacker core in terms of overall left in the field. Brandon Roach, Gerald Gray, and then the SFA player AJ Klein, former Butkus Award winner. Injury season cut short last year, but he came back for a senior year and he is dominant. At cornerback, you've got John Bailey, and then SFA player Freddie Funyuns. You've got Tommy Adams, Reggie Callahan here, and out back Dennis Luke and Sean Williams, the strong safety. The kicker here is Terrence Logan. He is a freshman, but he does have some decent accuracy and kick power, so he shouldn't be too bad in terms of his actual stats. 15 of 21 this year. And that's going to be it. And we have 2 games left here in Season 13, folks. And the winner of this game takes on Georgia Southern in the national championship game tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern. So let's get this started, folks. Let me get my screenshot here. All right, and the prediction is going to be sent out right here, right away. So who wins this game today? Number 2 or number 3? Is it going to be Minnesota? Or is it going to be Oklahoma? Get those bobbing us out. Yeah, this is going to be an insane... this is going to be insane, and obviously you guys should be able to hear me, so we'll see if Jay Jettas can get it done here today. But it's going to be a good game. Now, I am going to have to be a bit quieter for this game because I got a noise complaint on the last game, and I do not want to talk to the police today, so I'm good on that. So we're going to be a bit quieter, a bit more reeled in, a bit more dramatic, I guess you could say. There's a lot of money going here, it looks like, on Oklahoma, I believe. Yep, got a noise complaint on that last game as Georgia Southern beat Alabama with 4 seconds left. Definitely one of the best games in SFA history. A legacy drive from Josh Johnson. So yeah, we're going to be a bit quieter. If that's why I'm sound audibly quieter, that is why. So here we go. The prediction has run out. The wait is over. The matchup we have been wanting to see all year long. Minnesota and Oklahoma. Here we go. The Rose Bowl semifinal has been the best game of the year for 2 years in a row. Can they somehow outdo what we just saw in the Orange Bowl? I don't think so. And we've got rain here in Pasadena. Oh no, Jay Jetta tears already. Here it comes. Amazing scenes here. Oklahoma and Coach Jay Jetta is facing his former team. There's just extra motivation here for Minnesota. The best record left. They are on an insane tear this year. And Oklahoma is the only team in the field that does have a playoff victory, or a national championship, I would say. So they could be our second program in the SFA to reach that second natty mark. But they got to go through Minnesota first, and obviously the Cinderella. Yeah, definitely not cold here in Pasadena. It'll be, except it is New Year's. I mean, it can get around to 50 or 60, but the Tournament of Roses coming at you guys. Always one of the best games of the year. Here we go. Oh, baby, the Rose Bowl, about 30 minutes away from SFA HQ. Who is going to go to the national championship to face Georgia Southern? Well, Oklahoma and Coach Jay Jettas are going to start out with the rock today. As Shaquille Wild Goose, the freshman All-American SFA player, he gets the rock first, and he finds room down the left side. There goes Shaquille Wild Goose. He gets out to the 50 to start the game, but we got a flag. So immediately, clipping will already bring this back. And that's Todd Honey, the SFA player. So not a good start here for Oklahoma. So here comes Terrell Remmers, Gus McFeeters in the backfield, Cheddar Biscuits with that neck roll, Shaquille Wild Goose with the dreads in the slot. They're going to throw it deep here. First play, and he finds Blake Stratton for 22. Big play there by Remmers. If he can get his accuracy honed in today, it's going to be a long game for Minnesota. This is a Minnesota team that kept the highest scoring team in the country in check, only holding them to 20 points. So we'll see what they do against Oklahoma, probably the most talented offense in the country. As Remmers going to keep it here. He finds room on the left-hand side, breaks a tackle, gets about 8. So 2nd and 2 now, Oklahoma. Inside the 40. Wild Goose is in motion to the backfield. Triple option. He stiffies a man. That's going to be a first down. Nice little start here for Oklahoma. Inside the 35. Shotgun now. Hand off Gus McFeeters. And that's Freddie Funyuns on the tackle, the star cornerback and SFA player. Great start here as we see Cheddar Biscuits lining up at left guard here today. Haven't seen that, but there goes McFeeters. He's running. There goes Gus McFeeters down the sideline inside the 5. McFeeters for 30. So I guess with injuries, Jay Jettas has decided to put Cheddar Biscuits on the line. So 1st and goal here on the opening possession. Oklahoma trying to punch it in, take an early lead. Honey in motion. McFeeters up the middle. Touchdown, Oklahoma. They're going to take a 7-0 lead here in the Rose Bowl. So the redshirt freshman getting his first score on the day, and Oklahoma, that was too easy. So now what's going to happen here for Minnesota? How are they going to respond? So here comes Slade, Roden, and company. You got Rashawn Bailey in the backfield. Jude Abraham, top of your screen. Devin Hester at the bottom. Jeffrey Henderson in motion. Slade never wears those gloves. Rashawn Bailey getting his first carry, and oh my, Andrew Sendejo in the backfield. Rashawn Bailey runs a lot like Tyrone Cox. He oftentimes breaks a ton of tackles. OU definitely dominating here early, 2nd and 11. Slade has time, finds his man. That's going to be Devin Hester here for 8th, the speedy receiver. But a 3rd and 4 here early. Oklahoma has a chance to get off the field. Slade's coming out empty here, 3rd and 4, man in motion. They're going to give it to him on jet sweep. That's Rashawn Bailey, and he can't find the outside. So a 3 and out here for Minnesota. The worst possible start here for the Golden Gophers. So Jay Jetta is punching him in the mouth here early. Former coach getting the better of his former team. On the return now, Shaquille Wild Goose. What can he do? He finds the room outright, breaks a tackle, still going. They're struggling to bring him down. He gets about 7. So here comes Oklahoma for their 2nd possession of the day, starting about their own 37. Remmers. Quick option to the right side. He gets the pitch off to Gus McFeeters, and he's going to get about 6. 2nd and 4 now for Oklahoma. The 43-yard line. Remmers, he has some time. He's going to throw it deep to the left side, and Wild Goose gets the foot in bounds. Another deep throw. They're trying to get Wild Goose involved here early, as he was not all that impactful in the game against Tennessee. He didn't really need to be. So 1st and 10, we're inside the 40. Oklahoma having their way with the Golden Gophers are here early as Remmers keeps it and he goes down. Gain about 2. Inside the 40 here. 2nd and 8. Todd Honey. And dumping that off, and he's going to find his man. That's Lawrence Harris, his first catch of the day, but it's going to be 3rd and medium. Minnesota's starting to wake up here. Now, this is an Oklahoma offense. You're not going to be able to keep off the scoreboard, but you can definitely try to stop them, at least for field goals. Remmers, they're yamming it deep here down the right side. Open man, touchdown, Oklahoma. Blake Stratton, baby. And Remmers starts out 4 for 4. It's all Oklahoma here in the 1st. Making this look easy. Are we going to see a big blowout here in the semifinal? Minnesota just not showing up. So back against the wall already here early for Slade Roden, as they make the tackle there. Yeah, I know, sorry about that, but I really do not want to deal with a noise complaint, because then if the police show up, I'll have to go silent for like half the game, right? So dump off here. Devin Hester, his 2nd catch already. Yeah, try explaining to the police that you have to be loud because you have the semifinals going on in your simulation server. As you get another completion here to Devin Hester, so he's been the target here early on. All right, Slade Roden now, 1st and 10. And off to Rashawn Bailey. He gets a big run here up the middle. He breaks a tackle. They need to get Rashawn Bailey going. He's going to be the way they win this game. Plenty of time. Oklahoma was down 14-0 to Tennessee, so anything can happen here. Minnesota has been elite all year long in their own right. And Rashawn Bailey breaks a tackle. It's going to be a 1st down. So 1st and 10 here. And off in the backfield. Rashawn Bailey reversing the field, and he's brought down. That could have been electric. 5 for 9 here early on. Oklahoma playing well. We're at the 50. Slade. They're going to day in motion. He has time. Slade's going to take off, and the ball's on the ground. Oklahoma picks it up. They're going the other way. Lil Wayne Streveler down the sideline. Oklahoma. Touchdown, Sooners. They take a 21-0 lead here in the Rose. Jay Jettas is on fire. And there is the Slade Roden that Jay Jettas had to experience at his time there in Minnesota. Unbelievable play. So 21-0 here for Oklahoma in the Rose. Fans who forgot their ponchos are already hitting the exits, spending over $600 for this. They're gonna try to beat the traffic. Oklahoma just the most perfect start possible. 2 quick touchdowns after a 3 and out, and then a turnover. So how is Slade gonna respond, man? Now remember, folks, last year in this game, East Carolina was up 21-3 in the 2nd quarter, so nothing is impossible. Hand off to Tommy Mobley here to the outside and brought down again. The block shedding from the ends has been incredible. Charles Hill, his 2nd big play in the backfield. Yeah, nothing is going right for the Minnesota Golden Gophers. They're here early. So here comes Minnesota. 3rd and 5. They got to score here. They're going to give it to Rashawn Bailey, and he can't do anything. Oklahoma gets another stop. And people are already starting to pencil in Oklahoma into the championship game against Georgia Southern. Winner of this game has to travel across the country, as the championship will be in the Mercedes Superdome. As Shaquille Wild Goose brought down by the Dreads. First and 10 now. And yeah, Cheddar Biscuits at left guard. So interesting strategy here as they give it to Gus McFeeters, and he goes. Gus McFeeters breaks away. He breaks another tackle down the sideline. Gus McFeeters. Another massive play for the running back. This first quarter has been all Oklahoma, and that's living up to the name of the Sooners. Remmers time, dumps it off to McFeeters, and another 9 yards. And man, if you're Minnesota, AJ Klein, this can't be your last game. You guys got to step up, make a play, do something. Marvin Irby, Freddie Funyuns, AJ Klein, somebody do something. 2nd and 1 here. Hand off to McFeeters up the middle. Big play again. 1st down, Oklahoma. inside the 20 now. Almost 200 yards of offense here for Oklahoma. Another handoff to McFeeters up the middle, and only 2 yards. Almost over 100 yards here in the first quarter for McFeeters. 2nd and 8 now, Oklahoma. Another handoff to McFeeters. Just feeding him over and over. Another first down. Minnesota has no answers. 1st and goal, last play of the first quarter. Can Oklahoma score 28? Remmers. And he's sacked. Marvin Irby gets to him. So Oklahoma is not going to pull a Baylor on Memphis and put up 28. As at the end of the first quarter here in the Rose, Oklahoma leads 21-0. Minnesota is in shock. Split back set here inside the 20. Remmers, he has time. Dumps that off to Gilliam as they don't get much. So Minnesota's trying to get off the field here. Keep it a 3-score game with a field goal. 3rd down. 6-for-6 start for Remmers. About 14 yards away. Remmers. Over the middle. Touchdown, Oklahoma. It's Todd Honey as Oklahoma extends the lead to 28 here in the first half. An unbelievable start from Oklahoma, making a statement. Remember, this is the team that beat Alabama in the SEC championship, and they've been on a roll ever since. This is my preseason national championship winner prediction. I predicted Oklahoma, and it's looking good right now. But remember, folks, it's Jay Jettas, and I could definitely see him blowing the biggest lead in SFA history here. All you Minnesota fans, we have a bunch of them. We have an odd number, like an unusual number of Minnesota Viking and Gopher fans. This isn't news to you guys. This always happens. Minnesota team shitting themselves in the biggest moments. It's still going to be hilarious. Jay Jetta's unable to avoid the group of 5 team in the Natty, though, and lose as Slade Roden takes off here. Third and 2. Minnesota still does not have a 3rd down conversion, and this is a great game to get a noise complaint on, as I don't have to raise my voice for hardly anything. We can just relax this entire game and first and 10 here. Day in motion. He's going to get a handoff here and a nice little run. Minnesota's starting to mount something, as that's Steven Jackson. Second and 4. Minnesota dumping this one off. Steven Jackson again, but he's going to be short, so a 3rd and inches. They've got to get Roden. They've got to get somebody involved. And if you remember, we saw this Minnesota team early on this season against Illinois in the game where the game crashed at halftime. Illinois was pretty much dominating Minnesota at the start, and kind of the same as this. It wasn't as bad. I think it was only a 10-point lead, but Minnesota ended up winning that game. But 4th and 2, another stop here for Oklahoma. Oh, they almost jumped. That would have been a first down. Oh, they almost jump again. Definitely trying to come after that punt. And Wild Goose takes a fair catch. So can Oklahoma extend the lead further here? 28-0. Remmers finds some room up the middle. Gets about 4. Remmers here is 5 of 8. He's not really run the ball, but he doesn't really have to. They've dominated. It's been Gus McFeeters and then the air. So 2nd and 6 now. Remmers flipping the play. Stratton to the tight end slot. Interesting as Honey is out wide. And they're going to dump it off to McFeeters. He stays in bounds, runs through 1. He just ran right over A.J. Klein. 8 for 8 start here for Remmers, over 100 yards. 3rd and 1. Man in motion, that is Harris. And they're going to run triple option. Nobody checks Remmers. He flips it back. The ball's on the ground. Minnesota recovers. That's the play they needed to spark the comeback. Exactly what they needed. A boneheaded Jay Jetta's mistake, patented by one of the longest tenured coaches in the SFA. Minnesota's in business. Rashawn Bailey up the gut. He stiffies a man. Rashawn Bailey gets a big play. 7 yards. Here come the Gophers. Inside the 10 now for the Gophers. They've got new life as they're in the full house. They're going to throw it. Remmers, he has time. He takes off. Remmers, or that's not even Remmers. That's Rodin. What am I doing? Yeah, I'm sorry, but I can't. I'll be loud for the national championship tomorrow, but I can't get the police called on me here Sunday morning. That would not be fun. As Rashawn Bailey pulls him back within 21 after the OUT turnover. So life has been breathed into this Gopher bench. The momentum now with them as we have 5 minutes left in the 2nd quarter. Still plenty of time for a comeback. It's not going to be Wild Goose on the return this time as they get about 30. Jamal McKinley, the corner. Yep, the Rose Bowl is never over. You're right. This is a great time to sub to the channel, Jay Jettas. Help support your own national championship trophy. As Honey is in motion out wide. They love putting the tight end at wide receiver. And they're going deep to him. Honey, he breaks away. Todd Honey down the sideline inside the 10. A massive play for the BearCave reward player. Call that a honey yam, folks. You get a percentage of all of the Babanas on the other side of the pick. So goal line formation now. Oklahoma trying to re-extend the lead. Cheddar Biscuits up the gut. Second and goal here for the Sooners. Trying to re-extend the lead after their big mistake. Remmers keeps it. Touchdown, Oklahoma. He powers through the defender. Lead back to 28. So a quick response here from the Sooners. As this game's already probably too far gone, but Oklahoma, if you remember, they have the regulation scoring record against Arizona from last year. Remember the backup game? They scored 69 points in regulation. Right now, they're well on pace to beat it. So we'll see. All right. Here comes Minnesota. Safety blitz. It's Sendejo up on the line. We're going to run it the opposite way. Rashawn Bailey. And if there's any hope for Minnesota, they're going to have some hero ball for Rashawn Bailey, as he needs to find his big runs. He's ran really well against everybody this year. As we're back to the full house. They're going to throw this one. Max blitz. And, oh, there's the big play. Down they go. I think it's Jude Abraham all alone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Yes, it is. Jude Abraham for 71. The corner sells out for the deflection, and he missed. And there goes Jude as Devin Hester springs him. A massive play for the Gophers as they are not going away. Still a 3-score game, but the fight from this team, folks, unbelievable. Wild Goose on the return. Let's see what he can do here. He gets some room and he goes down. So if the defense can start showing up for Minnesota, man, stop giving up yams, they can battle their way back into this. Minnesota's finding some run. The slant to the house. A lot of time left is right, and this is going to be a high-scoring game. Remember, our last game was 7-7 at halftime. This game, already we've got 49 points here in the first half. McFeeder's still not across the 100-yard mark. He's only got 1 yard here in the second quarter. Remmers split back set now. Wild Goose in the slot. Floats it out. That's picked off. Minnesota going the other way. They're going to get a defensive TD. They're right back in this one. Tommy Adams. Pick 6, Minnesota. It's a 2-score game. Oh my God, folks. Now I wish I could be screaming. Oklahoma up by 28 on multiple occasions, 35-7 at one point. Just gave up 2 straight defensive plays, or 2 straight turnovers. Unbelievable second quarter we've had here. So Oklahoma, what are they going to do now? I mean, the offense, it's been either turnover or it's been like yam. So can Terrell Remmers calm it down here, folks? What are we doing? As we're going to get a screen pass to McFeeders, and oh, he almost fumbles it. And remember, folks, it's in the rain. We might see some fumbles. We already saw one from Slade Roden. Remmers, 10 of 11. He's completed every pass. Just one was to the opposite team. Split back set here again. Wild Goose in the slot. Tommy Adams on him. They hand it off to Gilliam. And it's going to be 3rd down. And remember, folks, Minnesota gets the ball after halftime. So if they get the ball here, score, it's a 1-possession game. Empty backfield now for Oklahoma. And gets that off as he's hit. 1st down, Oklahoma, to Jamal Bailey. That was massive. First and 10 now for OU. Todd Honey back to the slot. They blitz him, and it's almost picked again as Honey is hit hard by Funyuns. Incomplete. Honey is such a mismatch, man. It's ridiculous as Remmers keeps this and he goes down. A.J. Klein on the tackle. 3rd and 13 for the Sooners. Out empty yet again. Safety coming in for Minnesota. Will they get aggressive here? They're going to bring 5. They don't get it, but they get a stop. Minnesota's going to get the ball back before half. So Minnesota, once down by 28 here in the first half, battling back against their former coach. There's Cheddar Biscuits making a hit on Tommy Mobley. So remember, minute 45 left. They have a timeout here for Minnesota. And they get ball after half, so plenty of opportunity here as they're still crowding the line. And they're yamming it deep. Down the sideline, way out of bounds. Roden just throwing that one away. If you already turned off this, turned away, get back here, folks. The Rose Bowl is going to be crazy. 2nd and 10 here. Delayed give to Rashawn Bailey. He finds some room. There goes Bailey, and he breaks away for 14. His best run on the day. Split back set now, or no, tight end. Slade has some time, dumps that off to Bailey, and he's hit hard, but Streveler missed his man, took out Sendejo, not the running back. He gets some extra yardage there. 2nd and 1. Here comes Minnesota across the 50. Slade rode in, Rashawn Bailey in the backfield. Slade, he has some time, dumps that one off. It's dangerous, but he gets the first down. Steven Jackson. Sendejo might have still been a little concussed, couldn't see the ball all that well, maybe couldn't see straight. 1st and 10, Minnesota across the 45 now. Minute 9 left. Slade, he's going to take off. He finds some room. There goes Slade Roden. He cuts upfield. He breaks the wild goose tackle. First down, Slade Roden. First and 10, Minnesota. They are reeling all the momentum to the end zone, and it's intercepted. Jamal McKinney, he stays in bounds. He's going the other way. An unbelievable mistake here from Slade Roden. Trying to be a hero ball, yam it to the end zone, and he throws a pick. You can't do that here at the end of the half. So here comes Oklahoma now. 46 seconds left, 3 timeouts. And McFeeters gets hit over the middle. He hangs on. First timeout coming out. Minnesota might be happy, though, the defense on the field. Might have a better chance of scoring. 2nd and 5. Remmers blitzed hard and overthrows his man Irby on the hurry-up. So Minnesota finding out that if they hurry up Remmers, he tends to make mistakes. So 3rd and 5 here. Minnesota could still get this ball back. Split back set here. Blitz again. Corner coming in. He floats it. And, oh, that's almost picked twice. Freddie Funyuns and company drop it. But it's 4th down. Want to know why you're not playing wide receiver? As Minnesota Mobley, he's going to get a chance to return this one, and he gets a couple of yards. They are in yam range here at the 40. Still a timeout, so that turnover from Roden, not necessarily the end of the world. They could still get a field goal. Push this within 11. Roden, he has time. He's yamming this one, and almost intercepted again on the other side. Steve Hines. He's the one who gave up the big play to Jude Abraham. Getting too aggressive. We've yet to see Devin Hester streak down the field, so we'll see if he can get some room, but Hester gets this one on a little dump pass as they use their last time out. Interesting call. I think that they're 18 seconds left. They know that if they don't get it here, they can still get back to the line. Roden over the middle. Big play, Devin Hester. 17. So here they come. They're going to spike this ball. They're going to get 2 shots at the end zone here, or maybe a chance to get a bit closer. Second and 10. No deep safety yet again. So Oklahoma living dangerously here. It's going to be a screen pass to Bailey. This is dangerous. If he stopped before that first down, he breaks a tackle. There goes Bailey. 2 seconds left. They have to rush to the line here. Last play of the half incoming. And are they going to get the spike off? No, they're not. Mistimed end of possession here. And it's halftime. OU leads by 14. The slow developing screen took way too much time. So some missed opportunities galore there for Minnesota, but you know what? The way this game started, they've got to be happy they're only down 14, as they are down as much as 28 midway through the second quarter. So I don't think anybody could have predicted this kind of a start from Oklahoma as we hit halftime. Check out home field, as you could use code SFA, 15% off. You can use it once per email as you check in on these teams. And I think the story really is obviously OU's offense, but it's the turnovers and the lack of running from Rashawn Bailey. No, because Bobanos are pay to win, so no. Because if you sub and spend real money, you gain Bobanos faster. Yeah, no. So it's just kind of like more base level things that don't affect the competitive integrity. So as we start the second half here, though, Minnesota does get the ball back, down 2 scores. Still plenty of time left here. This is a team that started out the year winning, it seemed, I think it was 4 of 5 road games against top 25 teams. So this is a team that's fine in adversity. They can come back. They're 13-1 for crying out loud. Steven Jackson getting a nice first down. Sorry about the noise level, folks. I'm hoping that this is still a good experience for you guys watching. But third quarter here. Rashawn Bailey gets carry, and he gets hit hard. That's Andrew Sendejo. Okay, Dogwater, you lost to UNC and a backup quarterback. Like, chill. 2nd and 9. Minnesota split back here. Slade, he has time. He's thrown it to the corner. Another dangerous play, and they're going to call this one an interception. It would be the 3rd turnover for Minnesota. If this play stands, did he get that toe in? Be a terrible start here for Minnesota, and not even a review. Unbelievable, folks. Your argument literally is that they lost worse to Alabama than you lost to a backup quarterback in UNC. That makes no sense. Hey, D-Sleep, gifting a sub to Jay Jettas, of all people. That's hype. Shout out to D-Sleep. Go North Texas. I know they beat me. They're no Alabama. I lost to Jay Sow too. What are you trying to say? No, Alabama's better. 2nd and 9 here. Split back set. Handoff. That's McFeeters. Or no, that's Gilliam getting 3. 3rd and 6 here for for Oklahoma. Fringe field goal range. Trying to extend the lead. Back to 3 scores. Gonna be screen pass. Gus McFeeters. He's gonna get the first. No, he's not. A big tackle there. So 4th down decision time. Oklahoma's gonna go for it. 4th and 1 on the 31. Big chance here for Minnesota. They're gonna delay give McFeeters, and he gets the first down. Right, OU back in business, fresh set of downs. Troy Smith gets the rock here, and he gets a decent gain on that jet sweep for 5. Goal line set now, and they're going to hand it to McFeeters, and he finds some room. The push up front from Oklahoma has been insane here in the second half, as McFeeters is up over 120. Safety coming on down. McFeeters, and they're not going to give him the first, but he's inside the 5. Oklahoma trying to put this game back to 3 scores. 2nd and inches for the Sooners. McFeeters in the backfield, the Gus Bus. Remmers hands it off. The Gus Bus touchdown, Oklahoma. They re-extend the lead at 21. So Minnesota now back to 21. They're slowly clawing away, but eventually you're going to start running out of time as we approach the 14-minute mark left in the game. It's been all Oklahoma today, trying to punch their ticket to the national championship game against Georgia Southern, the number 8 seed. So delay give, and Steven Jackson can't do anything. Met right in the backfield by Ross Smith. Minnesota just sputtering here in the second half. They needed to come out on fire. They've failed to do so. 2nd and 13. Here's Slade just dumping that one away. Not a good game for Slade Roden today. What he was hoping would be a revenge game against Coach Jay Jettas has turned into just a shit fest. 3rd and 13. He's yamming that one. It's picked again. It's Jamal McKinley. 4th turnover of the day for Minnesota. So OU takes over now. Give me a counter play to McFeeters. Quick option. McFeeters doesn't get the pitch. Remmers goes down. AJ Klein. This game is pretty close to over here. We got 14 minutes left. I'm glad we got one semifinal. That was very, very good. But it's looking more and more like OU is going to punch their ticket here. 2nd and 13. McFeeters. And he gets 3. So 3rd and 10 here. Now without some more turnovers, OU is going to win this game handedly. So it's up to Remmers not to turn the ball over more than Slade Roden. So 3rd and 10. It's going to be a screen pass. McFeeters catches it. Can he get that first down? No, they're going to stop him short. So another decision here. Do they go up 24? Or do they go for it? They are going to kick the field goal this time, so it will stay a 3-possession game. So it'll be about a 34-yarder from right hash in the rain. The kick is good for Oklahoma. So this is just proven that it's Jay Jettas is the reason that both of these teams are here, and the fact that OU gets him as his signal caller, he's the reason that they're winning this game. So dump off for Sean Bailey. He stays. No, they call him out. 2nd and 8. So Roden already 2 interceptions here in the half. As Streveler meets Bailey in the backfield. Unfortunate game today here from Rashawn Bailey. Kind of having the same trajectory as Tyrone Cox, the missing in action running backs. 3rd and 7 here, Minnesota. They are yamming this one deep down the right sideline, and Hines makes the play. 3 and out, Minnesota. They've done nothing in the second half. So Oklahoma will get the ball back. They're going to start trying to run the clock and really put this game away. Wild Goose gets 8. Remember, folks, our national championship will be tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Eastern. It's going to be Georgia Southern versus the winner here. Most likely Oklahoma. Gus McFeeters finds some room. Another first down for Oklahoma. And quick throw. Oh, that was the play. Freddie Funyuns misses it. That would have been massive. Second and 10 now for OU. Midfield. A.J. Klein in the backfield. Damn, Llama's a Coco alt. As they're yamming it downfield, there's Wild Goose down the middle. A massive yam for Wild Goose here in the Rose. All right, 1st and goal for the Sooners, 45-21 here in the Rose Bowl. Can they punch it in? Floated out wide. Troy Smith gets 5. 2nd and goal now. 2 tight ends on the field. The Gus Bus in the backfield. Remmers, give me quick option. He gets the pitch off and nobody there. Gus McFeeters, another touchdown to extend this lead to 31. So with both Tennessee and Minnesota losing, I'm pretty sure, and Clemson losing, I'm pretty sure that the BearCave 3rd place is going to come down to whose score prediction's closer tomorrow night. So watch out for that. It's been all Oklahoma here in the second half, and Minnesota can't believe it. They dominated TCU, and the defense just hasn't shown up. Slade Roden hasn't helped them at all either. Gave up the defensive score, and then 3 interceptions. So lead back down. This is the largest deficit of the day now for Minnesota. Down 31. And Wild Goose, he's out for the game. He will be back tomorrow. So I guess he got injured on that big play. Bailey versus his field. Third and 4 here for Minnesota, trying to keep this game alive. And this is going to be a dump off. Jason Fisher gets 10. First and 10 now. Here come Minnesota. Over the middle, he connects. That's Devin Hester. He's been very active today. His 6th reception. Quick option now. Roden can't do anything. 3rd down. It's just been Oklahoma over and over. That second quarter was a little frisky, but it's been all OU since. Disastrous 3rd quarter here for Oklahoma, or for Minnesota. 3rd and 2 now. Last play of the 3rd quarter. Roden, he has time. Dumps that off over Devin Hester again. 1st down. As we head to the 4th quarter, folks, it's all Oklahoma as they look to wrap up the Rose Bowl and head to the national championship here. 9 minutes left. Up 31. Who would have predicted OU versus Georgia Southern? That's what's so great about the SFA. It truly is. All 126 have a chance. Get a handoff now. Rashawn Bailey gets 3. Second and 7 now here for Minnesota. Their best drive of the second half. Slade. Nice blocking, and he fires away. There's Steven Jackson inside the 10. We still got to give Minnesota their flowers, is making it to the Final Four. They've deserved it. And their best year in the SFA. Nobody ever thought they could get over the hump and win the Big Ten, and here they are. So 1st and goal for Minnesota. Sendejo by the line. Rashawn Bailey up the gut. He gets about 8. Second and goal. They're out empty. Minnesota corner blitz. Throws it to the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. They pull back within 3 scores. Jason Fisher. So 24-point deficit now. Imagine adding a Money in the Bank briefcase to the SFA. That's pretty wild. And remember, folks, the MacGuffin is also on the line in these games for Oklahoma. They have the MacGuffin, and they're headed to the Natty. The only way Minnesota could get back into this is the best quarter we've ever seen. They already got 1 touchdown. Oh, and there's a pick! Tommy Adams again! Hold on, folks. We've got a game. I think Remmers was trying to throw that away, but like I was saying, if they want to get back in this game, they got to have the highest scoring quarter we've ever seen in game day. They got to get 31 points. So Rashawn Bailey, we've seen 28 once or twice, but never have seen 30 plus in a 1 quarter. But they can't do that. They got to have big plays. You can't let time go to waste as they're going to dump this one off. That's Jason Fisher. But every second that ticks away, you have a less chance of coming back. It is 3 scores, though. 3rd and 3 here. They've got to convert 4 down territory from here on out. Slade, and he throws that away. 4th down. And they're going to go for this. Obviously, you got to bypass the field goal. It does nothing for you. They've got to score touchdowns. So 4th and 3, Minnesota. He has a man, and he's going to be short, and a turnover on downs. Oklahoma survives the pick. So unfortunate there for Minnesota, unable to capitalize on the turnover. And here comes Oklahoma. They're going to start running that 4-minute offense and bleed this clock away. Stratton, he had that big touchdown here early on. So under 7 minutes left here in the semifinals. Second and 4 now, Oklahoma. Like I said, they're just going to run the clock out as much as they can. If you're Minnesota, you got to force either a turnover or get a stop right here. Handoff. No, they're going to throw it. Interesting idea, still throwing it here, but Jamal Bailey brings it in. First down, Oklahoma. And that means that they can keep running the clock. So Jay Jettas is gonna avoid the matchup we've been talking about all year long, but on his quest for a non-Mickey Mouse trophy, he's gonna have to overcome his last demon. As Remmers takes that one. Jay Jettas, wait, we've got an injury. It's Gus McFeeters going down with a knee injury. Luckily for Jay Jettas in Oklahoma, the injury does not matter, as he will be back next week for the national championship. But like I was saying, Jay Jettas is going to have to overcome losing to the group of 5 in the playoffs twice. So that'll be his last hurdle. Lost to App State, lost to Hawaii. Get a handoff here, and it's going to be 3rd down. Minnesota just trying to make it close here at this point. Oklahoma just dotting their I's, crossing their T's. Handoff, that's going to be another first down. It's Gilliam. Yeah, that's the likely move for Georgia Southern, is the SEC and demoting Vanderbilt. And broken tackle for Gilliam. There he goes. Charlie Gilliam up the middle. A national championship for a G5 is an automatic promotion. That's why I do not want them. We already have had way too much realignment as of late. 1st and 10 now for OU. Gonna have to make the realignment rules stricter again. Everybody was whining that there was no realignment, and now look at it. 1st and 10, OU. Split back set, Cheddar Biscuits. Biscuits gets a carry. There goes Biscuits. He's gonna score in the Rose Bowl. No, they mark him just short. So 1st and goal, it's going to be Gilliam, touchdown, Oklahoma. They extend this lead back to 31. Sorry, we'll get another chance as Oklahoma gets 59 on the day. An insane performance, and the question is, how is Georgia Southern's defense going to respond? Don't worry about the injury. McFeeters should be back for the national championship, as the game does not recognize injuries until the following week, but the way the playoff tool works is it's all done in the same week. So broken ribs won't matter. Injuries are off in the playoff. It's just how it has to work. So I'm not going to manually edit depth charts for all teams and mess up their playbooks and stuff. So Minnesota, they're in the rain. They're losing by a 31, and not a good day at the office for Minnesota. But playing for pride at this point, playing for the fans, decide to come out here to beautiful, sunny Pasadena. Everybody probably going to go to Disneyland after this. 3rd and 8. Under 3 minutes left here in the semifinals of season 13. Slade dumps that off. It's going to be a 1st down. Steven Jackson has had one heck of a playoff run in the 2 games they've played. And we're going to get you guys out of here right in time for kickoff. Remember, it is the fantasy football playoffs in the SFA as well. I do not know if the rewards for fantasy football will impact season 14 or 15. It depends on our start date. Slade Roden's going to keep this one, and he goes down. I think this game was really lost on the Slade Roden fumble for the scoop and score for LaWayne Streebler. That was kind of the final nail in the coffin. I think he's a junior. Redshirt junior, I believe. Is he get a nice throw there, Devin Hester? He's been all over the field today. He is a senior. If you just put your thumb over those interceptions, it's been a good game today. Floating this one out the other way, and Steven Jackson again, but he steps out. Could have been a touchdown there, but that's just the kind of day it's been for Minnesota today. Just so many missed opportunities, and yep, that foot was out. Pistol now. Corner blitz is gonna get there. Andrew Sendejo. He has been filthy around the line. Second and 17 now for Minnesota. Trying to get a couple more highlights. Play for these seniors. As Rashawn Bailey gets a run, this will be his final game here in the SFA. One of the best running backs we've ever seen. Fortunate end to his career, only getting 43 yards, but they were down 21 so quickly, you just have to throw it. Minnesota, and that ball's on the ground, and they recover it. Another fumble here. You gotta hang on to the ball, and the rain might have just costed Minnesota this season. Because Slade Roden hasn't been turning the ball over like this. So 4th and 18. Game's already over. See if they can convert here. Everybody up at the line of scrimmage. And it's going to be a screen pass that goes nowhere. Another sack. And Oklahoma's going to take over and end the game here, folks. Brown on the tackle. Glad we got one good semifinal. Came down to the last play. This one was over in the first quarter. So 40 seconds left, folks. Just a couple of kneels. And Jay Jettas will go to the national championship here tomorrow night. Unbelievable performance from him going through Tennessee and Minnesota. Here's the last play of the game, folks. Gonna be triple option. And as we hit triple zeros here in the Rose Bowl, the Tournament of Roses goes to the Oklahoma Sooners as they dominate the Minnesota Golden Gophers from the opening snap. It was all Oklahoma all day long, and Coach Jay Jettas gets the better of his former team on the back of 4 turnovers from Slade Roden and company. Oklahoma will advance to the national championship, their first one since season 4, as they will take on the Cinderella story from Georgia Southern in Atlanta here tomorrow night. Thank you guys so much for tuning in today, and we will see you tomorrow for the Season 13 National Championship game. All right, let's check out stats and stuff, and then we'll get you guys out of here for NFL kickoff. Remember, VODs and highlight videos should be out here in a couple of hours. I got to work on those. And, yeah, fantastic day of football. Only sorry about the second game commentary. Luckily, it was a bit of a stinker. Commentary had to be a little bit quieter than normal or less reactionary, as I did get a noise complaint. But still a great game here in the Rose Bowl. Congrats, Jay Jettas, and we'll see you tomorrow night. And Jay Jettas, keep in mind, you're a minor, so if you do win it all, I do need like a signed waiver from your parents to send you the care package. So I'll DM you about that tomorrow if you win. But for now, big W here. Yeah, I've never gotten a noise complaint. I think it's just because, like, normally I do it around 4 o'clock. Most people aren't in their houses or in their apartments. And 2, it's like 4 p.m., you know, who cares? But when it's 8 a.m. on a Sunday morning, I think some people get a little salty probably. So, not a big deal. But let's take a look at the stats here. Obviously, it was all OU early, 28-0. They did mount a late comeback here in the half. We had 35 points scored, but that third quarter was all Oklahoma. And let me get the first half in the screenshot, because that was the funnier half here. Scoring summary. All right, and now let's take a look at the stats for both teams. Remember, we got to track who is going to be the CFP MVP, as we'll check out Minnesota first. And Slade, it just wasn't a great day for him. He was okay through the air, a couple of big plays, but the turnovers really got them. You got Rashawn Bailey only getting 63 yards on the day, very uncharacteristic, averaging 3 a carry for him. Devin Hester led the team, and you only got 1 catch for Jude Abraham. It was a big one, but you'd like him to get a bit more involved there as a leader on this offense. And on the defense, I mean, what can I say? You give up 59. There's not a lot to talk about. A.J. Klein, his final game, they just got destroyed. The sack, Marvin Irby, he got 1. 2 interceptions here from Tommy Adams, so great job for him from Minnesota. Freddie Funyuns missed opportunity to get him back in that game with that drop. And yeah, that's kind of it. And then as we go over to Oklahoma here, I mean, Terrell Remmers, not the best game. 19 of 25, 266, 2 touchdowns, but a couple costly interceptions, and of course that fumble. Remmers runs for 169, 3 touchdowns. Unbelievable game for the redshirt freshman. Terrell Remmers, obviously the fumble. And Gilliam and Biscuits didn't really need to do much. And then you had Wild Goose get 2 catches. McFeeters once again leading in receptions. Blake Stratton having a day. Todd Honey, a couple of massive plays. Blocking, Honey had 8 pancakes. And on defense, Lawayne Streveler, man, he has been electric. He had that fumble recovery for a touchdown. He had the pick in the last game against Tennessee. Andrew Sendejo doing his thing as well in terms of tackles for loss here. Well, I just got to make sure I get all the stats. So I want to get all the tackles here. Got to make sure I hone in all the stats. So TFLs, Brown, I mean, look at all of these tackles for loss, just dominating them in the backfield. And the sacks, they had 4 sacks here today. Sendejo and Gates getting involved. Interceptions, Jamal McKinley got 2 in the second half. Hines got 1 as well. Deflections, Hines got a couple. The forced fumble was Gates and Jojo Gates and Harvey. Obviously, the fumble recovery was Streveler, and the defensive touchdown was Streveler as well. So that's going to wrap it up, folks, for the semifinals. Like I said, VODs and everything will be available later on today. And it's going to be Oklahoma and Georgia Southern here in the national championship tomorrow. Either the group of 5 is going to get 2 national champions in a row, or the SEC is going to get their first national champion of the NCAA football era or ever in the SFA. So great game today. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Peace.